in here we have close to about 5 layers of chemical and biochemical filtration and water treatment level. In here is where we have our water treatment part. So in here we design this. The water will be coming up from here. It will be coming in from here, and the water will be going down directly. Everything is being designed inside this inside. So once the water comes down, it started coming up from the filtration system. So when coming out from the filtration system gets here. So once the filtration gets here, it gets stopped. And in here we now have the water treatment department column. The water treatment columns come from here to here. Hello guys, good morning. Today is the 26th of 2022. Today we are fixing a water treatment plant, making a combo. So I'll just tell you when we get inside, when we are also going to start our work. So in here we're putting some materials to that is mechanical, biological, filtration. The boy is at Baja inside. That's where we are. So we are offloading, and I'll be taking you to the location here. Hi guys, today is the 26th of August 2022, and today we are at Ayobo. What are we doing in Ayobo? We are mounting what we call the water treatment plant, but in another form from which you have not been seen or watching. So what we are doing is that we are compiling, that means we are compiling a water treatment plant and a water filtrating system. So the two combo pack will be as one. We are trying to make sure that we run our chemical filtration and biochemical filtration. So that's the two things we are doing today. But from the video as you just watched, when we got here, we have all the materials we brought in. I showed you the material we have brought in. That is when it's still inside the car, and everything is being installed into this tank. This is I think this is a very big tank. Yeah, it's a very big tank, but everything is being installed into it, and it's very heavy for now. So how does this really work? In here we have close to about 5 layers of chemical and biochemical filtration and water treatment level. In here is where we have our water treatment part. So in here we design this. The water will be coming up from here. will be coming in from here, and the water will be going down directly. Everything is being designed inside. It's inside. So once the water comes down, it started coming up from the filtration system. So when coming out from the filtration system gets here. So once the filtration gets here, it gets stopped. And in here we now have the water treatment department column. The water treatment columns come from here to here. So after the water treatment column, we now have what we call our stones. We have our perforation stones. So but in here we have what we try to correct the odor. Maybe for those of you who are running a recirculatory system, so running a recirculatory system, that means once you are pumping water from your tank, maybe you have a tank here and you want to run this process back into the tank, that means running an recirculatory system, that means WRAS, yes, WRAS. Running down, we have what we call a sediment. Here is where we control the odor. The sediment here is where we control the little bit of iron that may be into the water, because you know fishes and humans need iron, but excess of iron do kill fishes. So in here we try to control the ions from here. So there are some parameters, there are some materials we brought in that this will control the ion, this will control the smell, the odor, and this will pulverize the water. So the sediment comes from here, and this particular place is where we have the treatment column. The treatment column one is designed in about 5 ways. The 5 ways means that the treatment column, depending on the level of your water that is tested based on the pH. As you all know about what we call the number of hydrogen cycles of water and what really determines the growth of water. If you are running a filtrating system, most of the dangerous chemistry, that means most of the most dangerous part of the nitrogen cycle we have is what we call the ammonia. So if you are running a recirculatory system, this part here controls your ammonia. That means take care of the build-up of any ammonia that may affect your fish. And again, another great advantage that this part do to your fishes is that once your ammonia is being controlled, this introduced to your water what we call a beneficial bacteria. A beneficial bacteria is very, very good for our fishes. We can extract beneficial bacteria from many sources. That is why those people that are running an 18-pond system, that is why they have more inch and more advantages than those that are using surface tank. Why? Because in there's a growth of what we call some algae. There's a growth of what we call some these are what release what we call the beneficial bacteria. So, and what the beneficial bacteria do as well is that the beneficial bacteria himself will work directly to the main bacteria, that means the killing bacteria, and kill them off so that you can have a pure water filtration system. So in here again, after the layers of our water treatment section, we now have another pure filtration system for your fishes too as well. So this column here is empty. From here to here is empty. Why is it empty? We try to create a room, a huge room for water storage. Because in here we are not using 2 tanks, we are using 1 tank. So we need to be careful of the tank we are using, since we are using just single tank. If you are using 2 tanks, that means water that is coming out from here, if the thing gets to this level, we go into a storage. After the storage, we now go into our ponds for usage. But what we do is that we try to create a gap here for the storage. So once it gets filtrated and it gets treated, we have a storage. After the storage, this will now be releasing into the tank. So with this, I will be taking you through how all this process is going. But now we are through with our combo pack water treatment plant. Note, there's a difference between what we call the water treatment plant and what we call the water filtrating system. For those of you who don't know the gap, water treatment plants are plants that do correct virtually parameters of our water. That means correct the hydrogen cycle of our water depending on the level of your water. Now that will determine the type of a treatment material that will be used for your water. In case you go for a test and they told you your iron is high, the level of what we use there in order to reduce the iron in this tank is not the type of what we use for you when your iron is high. And how do you know when you have a very huge iron? You can identify then that there is some unseen iron. There's some where by the time you see your water, there's a place you get through that you won't see anything, and there's a place you get in that you will see a lot of ions. So with that can be controlled here. So I'll be taking you through how we started running the pipes and how it will go through and how this will start diffusing and be releasing into our fryers. So watch out. So thank you. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you watch to the end. Make sure that you like, make sure that you share and give your thumbs up if you like any of my video. Thank you so much.